Good morning, Knicks Nation. I hope you're all well and healthy and safe today. Happy Gregorian calendar New Year for those of you that recognize Gregorian calendar. Well, happy New Year to you. Happy 2021. And special and double blessings on those that are in the healthcare field, that take care of the sick, that take care of people that have COVID, that take care of people in accidents and people in incidents and trying to save life. Double blessings upon you. So last night, on the last night of the new calendar year, the Knicks played the Toronto Raptors. Now, last night we also understand that the Knicks were missing 5 players, that most of which would be in their normal rotation. They're missing Alec Burks. They're missing Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Frank Ntilikina, several players. They're missing at least those. Frank Ntilikina, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Alec Burks. They're missing several players last night that would normally be part of their rotation. But so they were a little shorthanded, and they lost to a hungry Toronto Raptors team that had not won a game yet. Toronto's much better than their record shows. And then last night, they did not have Pascal Siakam because of disciplinary reasons, apparently. But they had enough, to beat the Knicks, 100-83. So, takeaways from the game. First, the Knicks, as we can see, the Knicks shot the ball horribly from the three-point line. I mean, they shot the ball horribly from the three-point line. Reggie Bullock was 0 for 9. Julius was 0 for 4. Kevin Knox was 2 for 8. RJ was 0 for 8. Austin Rivers was 1 for 4. It's Austin Rivers' debut now. Can't expect too much. I didn't think he should play because he hadn't even played 5-on-5 yet. And but the Knicks were kind of forced into it because if they didn't have him play, they would have to have more minutes for Theo Pinson and Jared Harper. That would have satisfied a lot of people, but apparently not Tom Thibodeau. So he forced, Austin Rivers was forced to play. So he came out and played 21 minutes. And actually, Rivers was a stabilizing influence offensively. I thought he looked pretty good, overall. Offensively, you would expect rush. I like the fact that he did not force anything. When he got on the floor, he wasn't forcing shots. He was, basically trying to set up the offense, and he did a good job. I think he did a good job. That was his, and I think he's going to help us going forward. But overall, what I noticed in last night's game, and maybe you noticed it too. For first of all, when professional NBA players, professional basketball players in the NBA are missing wide open 3-point shots, it has as much to do in that scenario with legs than anything else. It has as much to do with legs as anything else. Now, maybe let's say Toronto was playing good defense. Let's give them that. But to miss that many, for RJ to be 0 for 8, for Reggie to be 0 for 9, Reggie was really disappointed me last night. He had many open looks last night. I think out of the 9 3-pointers he took, I can easily say 6 were just wide open looks that he just missed. That I know. But I don't, it may be more than that. He was 3 for 15 from the field. RJ was 4 of 19 from the field. And so they just, I think it's legs. I think their legs are tired. Reggie played 38 minutes last night. RJ played 37 minutes last night. Julius played 37, and Julius, I thought he had hurt himself, but apparently from what the report we got from Tom Thibodeau, it was cramps. That's another fatigue factor, basically, with cramps like that. So I was expecting a big game from Kevin Knox last night because I thought he would get a lot of minutes, and he did. He got 31 minutes, more than 31 minutes last night. He scored 16. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a 30-point game from Kevin last night because he had the opportunity. What I did notice from him is he seems which is a good thing, he seems very conscious to not take a bad shot. Like he did not force any shots. He did not try to force the issue. And not that I wanted him to force it. I wanted him to be more aggressive in getting to his spots and getting good shots, but he didn't do that. I could also see he was not used to playing 31 minutes. He was gassed, after a while. And I wanted to see him, use the time opportunity, as Tibbs say, to take advantage of the opportunity. And again, he wasn't he scored 16. He was 5 of 14, 2 of 8 from three, 4 of 5 from the line, 6 rebounds. It was a decent game for Kevin. And of course, he gave good effort on the defensive end, very good effort. That's been something that he's been doing consistently this whole season. So, I just was expecting a little more. I was expecting one of those breakout games from Kevin last night, but anyway, I can't blame the kid. Everybody seemed tired. That's what I got. The legs weren't there. RJ is a warrior. He is. He's a warrior, but we need to remember he's 20 years old. Okay. And Tibbs normally doesn't play 20-year-old kids these many minutes, but this RJ Barrett, the second overall pick from last year, and he's a gamer. He is a gamer, but his legs were not there. Period. It's just his legs were not there. For him to have I think it was 11 of 15 his first game of the season, and then after that to be as bad a shooting as he is, I think he's just got to get used to the workload that Thibodeau is going to put on him, or is putting on him. I don't think Reggie Bullock was used to it because his legs weren't there. You could see it in their shots. Their legs just weren't there. I think Reggie Bullock shot a couple of air balls. That's just no legs. Okay. Kevin, again, wasn't used to the 31 minutes. He's been getting between 18 and 24 minutes a game. He had 31 last night, and you could see he just wasn't used to that. He was gassed. One time, it was one play that, to me, I knew it right away. They were running on a break. It was a fast break. I think Austin Rivers had the ball. First off, it would have been a 3-on-2 break, but Kevin, it was almost like he was jogging back. He wasn't sprinting on the break. And I thought he would have got the ball. Matter of fact, he did get the ball. He ran into the corner, and I said, okay, he's going to get the ball. He got the ball in the corner. For Kevin, we know Kevin is really good from the corners on the 3-point shot. He hesitated. Toronto came up on him, and then he took a dribble and got in closer and took a mid-range, which he missed. But the whole sequence, he wasn't sprinting back. It almost like he didn't want the ball on that play. Okay, he got it anyway because he was in the best position, and then he hesitated. It's fatigue. That's what it was. It was straight fatigue. Okay, so one thing again, I'm not going to blame Thibodeau. This is not like we didn't know. This is how he plays. This is what he does with his team. It's not like we didn't know that. Okay, I think last night's game was more a function of not having all his troops available. There's a situation where, let's say, for example, they had the 5 guys they were missing. They had all of them available. Let's assume they had, Dennis Smith Jr. So it's Frank, Dennis Smith Jr., Obi Toppin, Alec Burke, and Manuel Quickley were all missing last night. So let's assume they had that full contingent, right? He would have probably had 2 more guys in the rotation, and that would have had more minutes, right? That's going to help. But realistically, they're not always going to have that. And realistically, the way they're playing, they're going to come into a game with 8 guys, and there's going to be guys resting, there's going to be guys hurt. So this is just it's just part of their training to get used to this workload. Okay, it's just part of their training. They're all going to have to do this. Okay, apparently, Teo Pinson, Iggy Brasdegas, Jared Harper. I don't know if they were all hurt or whatever, but they only got 3 minutes and 4, and then Iggy got 46 seconds. So those are the guys that we can see right now are not part of the regular rotation. Because I thought maybe he would want to play them more minutes. Maybe he could have backed up on Austin Rivers 21 and gave Teo Pinson some more minutes. But hey, again, it's not for me to question what Tom Thibodeau does as a coach. I'm not one to do that, so I'm going to leave that alone. But it looks like, to me, this is going to be a theme throughout the season. They're going to need guys. 8 guys are going to have to be ready. 8 or 9 guys. And they're going to push them when they play. And because of the way Tom Thibodeau plays, you're going to get cramps. You're going to get nicks. You're going to get bruises. And none of these things, like with Frank, none of this is not serious. But he played through it. He got hurt in the first quarter. He played through it, which is probably why he only got 16 minutes the other night. But then he's going to miss today because it needs to rest, right? And so guys are going to do that. They're going to rest when they need to rest, and other guys are going to step up. So this is just something we got to get used to. It's something the players got to get used to. And again, the theme to me is improvement over the course of the season. The Knicks are going to improve over the course of the season. What I liked about last night is they held Toronto to 100 points. They only scored 83. And you could see what happened. Once Toronto realizes the Knicks didn't have any legs to shoot, they went right into his zone. They went right into his zone and they stayed in the zone. And they dared the Knicks to shoot. Period. Okay? And I don't care who you have. If you don't have any legs, you could be Stephen Curry. You're not going to hit your shot if you don't have any legs. Okay? So it looks to me that their legs were done, especially with RJ, with Reggie, with Julius. They've been Kevin. They've been pushed hard. And so over the course of the season, I'm expecting these young guys like RJ, like all of them are young though. The oldest one is Reggie, and he's like 28, 29, but Randall's only 26. Even Peyton's only like 26. And then you got RJ that's 20, Kevin that's 22 or 21. I'm expecting them to get stronger as the year goes on. It's not their rookie year. All of them been in the league now. RJ's only his second year, but Kevin his third. I expect them to get stronger as the year goes on. And so maybe a game like this in February or the end of February, early March, they play much better than they play here because they're stronger. They're used to it. Okay. But overall, I thought it might be a situation where they could lose because Toronto's hungry for their first win. Toronto's a much better team than their record indicated. They come off to a slow start. And, And so, it was a tough game on the road. This is all good though, because the Knicks starting off on the road like this, it's good. It's good for them to get tough. Good for them to get baptized in the fire. Good for them to be ready later on in the season. They're going to have a whole bunch more home games at the end of the year because of all these road games they got at the beginning of the year. So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we lost a tough one, but, we got Indiana. Indiana is going to be hard also. We already played them. We didn't shoot well against them. They came out and beat us the same way Toronto beat us last night. They went into zone and we just, we were couldn't hit no shots. So except RJ. So this Saturday night is going to be a hard one also. So I wouldn't be surprised if they lost Saturday night going in the Indiana on the road. But then again, like I said, these are some young kids. They come back, they rehydrate, they get the rest they need today. Tomorrow, they probably travel to Indiana tonight, and then they be ready to go tomorrow. Hopefully, they get some of those 5 guys back. Now, I don't know what Obi's status is, but I kind of expected quickly to play against Toronto, so hopefully we'll have him back. I'm not sure what Dennis Smith apparently is a pretty deep quad issue that he had, so I don't know if he's going to be back, but I expect Emmanuel quickly to be back. I'm hoping Alec Burks to be back, and I'm hoping Frank get back. So if they can get at least those 3 guys back, for the game against Indiana, that will help a lot. Indiana's on a roll. They're playing very well. They smacked down Cleveland last night. They're 4-1. They're rolling. They're playing good. So this is going to be a big test for our Knicks on the road again against Indiana. And so it's a war, y'all. It's a war. It's a war. So this is it right here. Nothing that we didn't expect. We knew they were going to play heavy minutes. We knew they were going to have nights like tomorrow, like last night. So we don't need to trip on that. But they're going to also have the nights like they had against the Bucks as well. So I'm still sticking with 31 wins. I'm still thinking they're going to get better as the year goes on. Last night they gave the effort. The energy just wasn't there. Period. They gave the effort. Energy just wasn't there. Hopefully Austin Rivers didn't re-injure himself. That was one of my concerns. If he's not re-injured, he'll be a good addition against Indiana to help us out. So please stay safe. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I'm at the end of my vacation now. Gotta go back to work Monday. But we're back safe from Minnesota. Thank you all for your prayers. So please stay safe. Next game Saturday night against the Indiana Pacers. Shalom.